Hello and welcome to your clickvideoshop tutorial. In this tutorial what we're going to cover is how to add a new video and how to edit the hotspots within that video. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to need to do is log in. And we can do this in a couple different ways. On the home page there is a login down below. Also from the navigation there's a drop down login. And you can even do it from the sidebar. Okay. And now that I'm logged in, it sends me directly to our main community page where we can see different videos being posted, photos, news, anything that's on anybody's mind. This is our full social environment. Now you can actually post a video straight from here if you choose to. If you clicked on video, you could enter a video URL from YouTube right here and it would load right up. In fact, I'll go ahead and show you how that works. And I'll show you a second area where you can do that. So if I go ahead and just paste that right in there, it starts loading right away. There it is with its thumbnail. I just select a category and post. Now I have a new video. Now if I click over to watch this video, it will go to its unique page. Now at this moment, and then I can start playing it. Now at this moment we have no hotspots or anything added to this video at this moment. But if I click on edit here, it opens up and I can change the title, description, category, location, whether it's public or it's only for site members to see, or only my friends, or if it's just private, it's only for me. So any one of those settings. So if I clicked on only for me, then it wouldn't show anywhere else. Nobody else except for myself when I'm logged in would see that. Now, before we get into edit hotspots or title or anything else, let me show you one other way that we can add a video. Okay, so first of all, you can do it right from here where I say add video. But I'm just going to click over to my videos, and there's a link here to do it. You could also do it from my videos up top. And what I'm going to do here real quick is I'm going to delete this video. Okay. And I'm going to just add it one more time, but I'm going to add it this time through my videos, add video, and then paste in it here. Okay, now again select a category, whether it's public or for members or friends or so on. I'm going to keep it at public and click link video. Okay, it's loaded and there it is. Now I can edit it by clicking on the little gear icon. So again, I'm in the My Videos section. Click on this little icon and now I can either edit, delete, or feature this video. Now featuring this video is also something that is more specific to administration capabilities. So I'm going to edit and I'm going to change this title. I'm going to change it to Hotspot Tutorial. Okay, and I could give it a description, but I'm going to leave that blank for now. And keep that the same, go save. Okay, now I'm going to click on it again because now I just want to change the title of it to Hotspot Tutorial, but now I actually want to go in and edit some hotspots. So I'm going to go edit hotspots. And that opens up my hotspot editor. And from here, I can start playing the video. There it is. Now you can also drag this around. We'll want to pause it if it starts playing when we do that. Okay, so this creates a little scrubber that you can move around. You can also use the scrubber on the player as well. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is create our very first hotspot. Now as we can see, it's jumping right into the BMW and it's pretty much full screen. So let's add a big hotspot. So I'm going to click Add Hotspot, and I want this to start right here at the very beginning, as soon as it starts the video, because as you can see, right at the very beginning, it starts pretty much full screen. Now if it started right here, then that's where we would go ahead and add it. But I'm going to start it right there, and I'm going to just make this is the hotspot. I'm going to make this full screen. So I just drag it around. There we go. So this whole area is what's going to be clickable. Now don't worry, it's not going to look red like this. That's just for you to get a visual of where the hotspot, what area is actually clickable. It will look different when people actually click on it. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there, but one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the title of this to, I'll go BMW first hotspot. And I'll, yeah, that's fine. Okay. And I'm just going to put some text into this text editor so you can see how that works. And I'll just go, this is sample text. Okay. Now I do need to go ahead and click save. That will save the text that's in this text editor. And it saved successfully. Great. Now the other thing that I want to do is I'm going to embed a link that goes to their website. And I'm going to do it on the shopping tab. As you see, these are multifunctional hotspots, meaning this same hotspot can actually do more than one thing depending on what function you're using or what mode. So for example, right now if I'm in entertain and inform mode, for an example, this might be a good time to either write up a nice piece of text about that product or character in a movie or whatever happens to be that you want to make a hotspot for. Or you can embed a URL straight to maybe a page on Wikipedia on BMW. In fact, I'll look that up real quick. I'll go BMW Wiki. And now we got the page for BMW. I'll just take that URL and we'll head right back over. And first I'm going to show you just what it is if we have just some sample text, just so you can kind of see that. Then we'll show it with an embedded URL. Okay, so the one thing that I do want to do though is I want to actually go embed the URL from their website. So I've already loaded that up, and I'm going to just copy that link, and I'm going to click over to shopping mode, and I'm going to paste that right in there and click on set product link. Okay. And now that that's done, now we can actually animate these hotspots. They can move around in the video, they can grow, they can shrink, you can even have an image for them. This one, since it's really just a full screen, I don't really need to animate it. I just want it to exist on the screen for as long as well, basically I feel that it's necessary, and how long that product is on screen. So, and then I'm just going to have it set to disappear. But I am going to show you how we can also animate one. So this is just going to be static, so I don't need to worry about start or end. If I leave that blank, it'll take care of itself. So I'm just going to move that over. And I'm going to pause this for a second. Okay, I'm back. I just noticed something that need to get altered is the line here for the scrubber. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save, which happens in a blink of an eye, as you can see, and then I'm going to go ahead and refresh this page so we can see that correctly. There, now you can see the line properly. Okay, so if I click on here, so I can go ahead and see my hotspot, there it is, and it's starting right there at the beginning. Now I want to go ahead and see, go and push pause there once you start moving this around. Let's see how far I want this hotspot to go. Right. There's the end of it. So, with these hotspots, you can go ahead and drag and move. This is the duration. So you can drag and move where, if I want it to start right there, drag it and have it start there. But that's actually just where I want it to end. So I'm just going to bring that down, and that's where it's going to disappear. Okay, now I'm going to actually, we got the shopping in there. We got this sample text. Let's just go ahead and see what that looks like. I'm going to go ahead and save it. And let's preview. Just click preview. It'll open up a new tab with that video. Now remember what we have at this moment. We have just a couple words of text in the entertain and inform, and we have their website in the shopping mode. And you can see as I hover over, and I'll go ahead and pause it so we can see that a little bit longer. We don't have that big red blotch. Again, that is just for you to know what area is going to be activated by the hover effect. So for example, I have it over pretty much the whole screen, so you can see even if I go up in the corner, it still hovers. But I get just this effect that I want, where you just have this glow. Now if I click on that, I'm in entertain and inform mode, remember? So I just see this is sample text. I can close that. Now when I close that, it will start the video again. But if I click on it again, oh, we just ended that one, and that's why it disappeared. It pauses it as well. Now if I click over to shopping mode, it shows me that. So again, if I stay in shopping mode and click, that's what I get. And if I took that Wikipedia page, and I copied that, let's come back over here, and let's click on embed URL. And again, I'm in entertain and inform. Now in shopping, that's all you have for an option is the entertain, and or you have the embed for shopping. But entertain and inform, you have two different methods. One, you have a custom text editor that you can add things into, or you can add through a page just like that. So set website link, it's done, and I go ahead and click save. But before I do that, one thing that I want to do is I want to change the color of that hotspot. Now I do need to make sure that the hotspot is selected. If you saw that, I clicked on it one more time just to make sure, and I go ahead and click on a color. The other thing that you'll want to make sure to do on this, if you're going to change the color, is make sure that the starting hotspot or the starting position is what you're going to change the color for, because that kind of extends over the whole series and from start to end. So I'm just going to, I'll change it to a blue. That's fine. Click OK. You can see the color did change. Now I can actually change the color, this shape of these as well. Um, obviously, if you go around, it still is actually out into these corners. It just changes the shape. And because we don't really use square hover effects anyway, this is really mostly useful for when we want to add images. So I'm just going to leave it square. That's the default. And I'm going to save. So remember what we changed. We changed the Wikipedia page. And also, if I click over our text editor, you'll see the text that we had in there is now gone. And we have the URL in these um, double curly brackets. And that's what we're actually using. So, save. Come back over here to preview and I'll just refresh. That's all we need to do because it happens in real time. And now if I click, now we can see it's a blue hover or blue hotspot. And if I open it up, bam, I got Wikipedia. Or if I click over onto shopping mode, I get their website that I can fully navigate through. Now let's go ahead and move on to another hotspot. So we've got one in there. Now we got a whole nother car to handle here, which is the Mercedes. So if we look, that starts pretty much the very next scene. And we can actually see that this one kind of grows too. So this one's going to be kind of a fun one. So let's add another hotspot. There it is. And give it a title. And let's call it Mercedes. And I'm going to keep this white. I really didn't like the blue. In fact, I'm going to take that blue away from there and put it back over to white because I just like that better. And we'll click back over to Mercedes. Now, let's see where I want that to start. It's really right there. So, and actually I'm going to go ahead and extend this to there. Or make a little gap between, just to make sure that we don't have any overlay. There we go. That should work well. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this square and I'm just going to fit it down to the size of the car. Now as you can see, I'm at the start position. Okay. Now let's go to the end position. So remember, this is a simple animation, so it's going to start at that point and at that size. Now let's click to end and let's go forward a few frames. Okay, so we can kind of see that it moved and grew to about this size. A little bit bigger. There we go. Let's check that again. So we got here. If we go back to start, and you're not going to see it animate yet. Not here. Okay. Great. So it goes right to there. And then switches over. Okay. So I'm going to end it right there. And remember, the end was that size. Start here, end here. And we're going to see what that looks like. So now let's also give it a couple different pages. In fact, I'll find another Wikipedia page. One for Mercedes. Just so we can have something to look at here. Now the other thing I can do is I can go ahead and just take a whole bunch of text too. Copy it, paste it in here, click save, and now I got that. So I can use that as well. Remember to click save. And I'm going to go over to shopping, and I'm going to put in their website URL. Now I'm going to give you an important note. There is a privacy policy online that some websites have utilized where they don't allow framing their websites, and which is what we're doing here. You're basically you're embedding somebody's website into your video, and some websites don't allow that. So if you ever embed a website and it just comes up blank, but you know you embedded it right, you can see it, you can come back over here, click on the hotspot, look at it, there it is, but it's still not showing up, that's probably what's happening. Again, there are a number of websites out there, including Facebook, that do not allow embedding their website. So this will work for a lot of sites, but not all sites. So again, if a website does not come up, that could be the case. So I'm going to set the product link there. And so we got both of that going on, and I'm just going to save it then. And we'll preview this one. Actually, we don't need to preview, it's the same one. So let's just refresh. And click play. So you can see I turned back to white. And you'll see, watch here. Okay, that disappeared, and this is now active. Nope. Let's back up there a second. Let me check that. Okay, I'm back. I just had to check something because it seemed like that hotspot wasn't setting properly, but it was. Just need to refresh. So as I watch this, you can see that again. Here's the big one that we set, and now you can watch this one actually grows and moves with the vehicle. So let's see that again. There it is. And if I stop, click on it, there it is. So here's the site. And remember, we put in a little bit of that sample text from Wikipedia on the inform mode, and there's that. So you can switch back and forth, click close, and there it goes. And then I can click on it again. Oh, there it is. So you can rewind, fast forward, and these hotspots stay exactly where they should be. As you can see that growing with it. And I want to set one right there, one last one. And I'm just going to make this let's see here. Call this one Mercedes 2. I'll call it M2. And let's see where it starts. Basically right there where that one ends. Right there. So I'm going to start it there. And let's bring its size. There we go. And where's it end? You can see it kind of moves its shape. It's better to encompass a little bit more than less, just to make sure the whole car is. Oh, that's right, I didn't put end on that. So there's the start. And now let's click on end and move this a bit right to there or so. Make sure that we get all of it. Okay, so that's its in position. So it's just going to kind of move around and grow, just so you can kind of see that shape. Now here's the other awesome thing with these hotspots, is that you can layer them. So here's an example. Let's say you had two cars passing each other, and you're seeing that from a side perspective. So you have one car coming from the left, one car coming from the right, and they're going to pass by each other, and you have two hotspots on one on each. So as they pass, what determines which one, how they should get layered? Okay, all you have to do is move these around, and that determines its layer. That's it. So for an example, I'll just show you. Um, let's go ahead and just add this hotspot here. Okay, and let's just save it. And I'm going to preview it real quick, just make sure that everything's there. And then we're going to add something else. We'll add an image and we'll move it around a little bit just so you can see a layer effect. So again, this is clickable for BMW. And for the Mercedes. And the one thing we didn't do is we added a hotspot, we didn't add anything for it. Let's go take this link here and toss it inside the shopping mode. And let's just toss it inside inform mode too. I'll just embed that same URL. Okay, save, refresh, and I'll just move forward to frame 13. And there it is. Okay. So now we see that. And again, if it's not exactly what you want, like here, if I click pause and I want to go hover over it. Oh, there it is. Let's see. Let's go to adding a video with an image, or not a hotspot with an image, rather. So on this one, I'm going to add another hotspot, and I'll just add it to the same screen so we can kind of see it right there. Actually, no, I'll start it at the beginning. Now, I'm going to let's go find an image. Let's say it's this one. I'm just going to save it and just save it. There we go. And so I got that hotspot, and I'll just call this image and browse. And let's go find that image I just saved. There it is. And there you can see it open up right there. And I can make it grow. It's not going to show this red. That's just to show what is actually part of the hotspot. So you can always shrink that up. Let's say I want it right there. And I'll just open up that specific page. Okay, and I'm going to use that for both shopping and entertain and inform. And we'll go, and let's see where I'll leave it to right there. Go save, and now let's go refresh and take a look. And there it is, and I can click on it and it opens up that page. Now, can we do anything else with that? Well, yes we can. I'll go ahead and pause that, and we can make it, first of all, we can take that same image and we can go round, save, refresh, and now we can see that it's round. So we can give a little bit of styling. But just to show you how layers work, using images is a little bit easier, just because they're in the scene the whole time. So I'm going to show you in that way. I actually prefer that to be square than round. And let's go ahead and click on end, and let's make it grow and move. So we'll move it over there and have it grow. Okay, now let's add another image just so we can see it. Let's see. That one's kind of cool. Is it the whole matter? Okay. So we have that. Now I'm going to add one more image. And we'll just call this car. And upload that image we just tossed in there. There it is. And I'll just have this kind of move from one side to the other. So it'll come in just a little bit after, last the same amount of time, but the end is going to be over here. Okay. And it doesn't need a link, because this is really just to show how things layer and stack. So you can see right now we have car above image, and if I go save and refresh, and you can see how it stacks up in front of it. Now I can still click on this. It will work, but not right here. It can't. If I click here, it's going to open up, well, nothing, because we didn't set anything for the car. And if I click down here, it's going to be the hotspot that we set for BMW, for the main one. And again, this one has nothing, and this one has that page. And then if I flip it, so I put that image above and save it, refresh it, we'll see they just flip-flopped. So you'll get the steering wheel that'll go over top of the car this time. And this is also really useful if you had like a anything with like products or maybe even people And now you can see, bam, I can click on that and it opens that up. So let's say you had a room full of people and they're kind of moving around, and so these people walk in front of another person. That's why we want to have layers. So especially for when we're animating a hotspot, you'll want to have this one up above another. Okay. Now another some of the fun things we can do with these videos is we can like them. In fact, I'll go ahead and like it. Awesome. And we can comment. Great tutorial. Okay. And we can also go ahead and view um, people's channels. So because this does have a full-fledged social network, I'm not going to go into all the different things that it can do, but as you can see, it can go from creating events to groups. It can create events for groups, and groups and events can both have videos and photos attached to them and discussions attached to them, and all different sorts of settings. There's internal messaging and notifications. And if I do go and look over on the main feed, I can see these coming in, and we can, of course, we can comment on them, we can like them. I can look at my profile. I can see different things that I've posted, photos and videos that I've done, and groups that I've done. Everybody also has basically like their own channel. So for example, if I clicked on, I'll click on videos, all videos, and I'll go click on Franz down here. If I clicked on his videos, it gives you that view of just his channel, just his videos. And that would be the same, if you were looking at anybody, and you can send out links to your channel that way as well. Okay, let me make sure that I didn't forget anything. So we now know how to add a hotspot, add links to those hotspots, upload images, have something either static and just staying there. For example, if I just had this and I really just wanted it right here in the corner, I didn't want it to move around. I wanted it to start right here, and I wanted to continue on to here, for example. And if I want to see where that was, I just scrub over to it. Now I can take where my start position was and put it just right there, so that it's at least close. Kind of size it around the same. The other thing is, like, if it's now just not what you want it to be, then just click on it. Let's say I want to click on the car. Click on that and just delete it. Are you sure you want to delete it? Yep. And now it's gone. And you can click onto any one of these, and you can see where their start, where their end is, their image, start and end. You can change any of its duration, any of its information, and then just click save, and you're good to go. And then that's automatically updated over onto anywhere where this is being viewed. And again, you can change the coloring and the shape. With that will conclude this video tutorial, and have fun creating your new video experiences.